Hello everybody. Let us see last part in this chapter, that is mode. It is the third type of measure of central tendency. In the previous lecture we have seen about the mean and median. Here mean means average and median means middle value. And in case of mode, so mode is the value of the variable which occurs most frequently in a distribution. For example, we have ungrouped data, and that ungrouped data there are 10 values, and in that 10 values, for example, a particular variable comes frequently, means there are 10 variables, and among them uh, one variable which occurs repeatedly. So that numerical value or variable is called mode, and mode is the one of the type of central tendency. The value which occurs many times in the table is the mode. It is represented by the letter M0 or MO. Mode is an average. It is a positional average because its occurrence repeatedly occurrence in a data which will be decide the it is the mode uh, of that data or not. It is measure of central value. Mode can be calculated for ungrouped data or grouped data. Here is the formula. MO is equal to L plus delta 1 divided by delta 1 plus delta 2 multiplied by C. Here delta 1 means the difference between the frequency of the modal class and the frequency of the preceding modal class, that is FO. That is delta 1 is equal to F1 minus F0. Delta 2 is equal to the difference between the frequency of the modal class and the frequency of the succeeding modal class. That is delta 2 is equal to F1 minus F2. Here F1 is equal to frequency of modal class. Here somewhat correction, and here also. Okay. Then F1 is equal to frequency of modal class, F2 is equal to frequency of succeeding modal class, FO is equal to frequency of preceding modal class, and C means class interval of the modal class. So this formula will be applied where class interval or grouped data is given. And here, for example, here we have some values, that is, for example, 1. Okay, let us erase it. For example, we have certain values like 1, then 2, then 4, then 2, then 3, okay, then 1, then 2, then 8, okay, and 6, then 2, and then 5. So this is the ungrouped data, and with the help of only observation you can determine which is the mode of this ungrouped data. Here the value 1 occurs 1, 2. Only 1 is occur only for 2 times here. 2 is occurred for 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times, and then the value 4 occurs only 1 time here. Okay. Then the value 3 is also occur only 1 time, and then 8 is also occurred 1 time, and then value 6 is also occurred for 1 time, and the remaining number 5 occurred for 1 time. So if you have because other value also comes repeatedly, so to avoid the confusion you have to make it clear. So among them the value 2 comes 4 times, which is larger than the remaining values. So the number 2, let us erase. So number 2 will be the mode of this ungrouped data, and when the data is present in the grouped form, then this formula should have to use there. Okay, so this formula is for grouped data. Then let us see merits and demerits of mode. So number 1, mode can be easily find out. No calculation is needed. It is not affected by extreme values. It can be calculated graphically. So in case of mean is affected by very small and very large value, but this is not the case of average of position. That is in case of median also, and in case of mode also, it is not affected by the extreme value, no matter how many values are there. It can be calculated graphically. Let us see demerits. It is not clearly defined. It is not based on all observations. So it is not, it will be unbiased. It is not reliable. We cannot believe, or we cannot scientifically reliable on mode. It is not used for further statistical calculation. So these are merits and demerits of mode.